Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my recording. Today, what I want to do is I just want to introduce a new gun, actually, a new revolver I bought yesterday, and that is Taurus. Taurus 856 is the revolver that I bought yesterday, and I just want to go through it a little bit and talk a little bit about the specs and overall about this Taurus. So now 856 is actually came upon a general demand from Taurus. Their original or the predecessor of this gun was 885, Taurus 85. It had a 2-inch barrel, and this one has a 3-inch barrel, just an inch longer barrel, which makes quite a bit of difference as far as the recoil management, recoil handling, the amount of recoil. Well, as expected, it is 6 shooter. There you go, and it's shooting 38 special. Let me just get 38 special rounds. 38 special. This particular one, 856, I'm sorry, has several different flavors. And this one is stainless steel, not the ultra light version. Ultra light version is about 21 ounce without the rounds, and I think about maybe 22 with the rounds. This one is heavier than that. It's 25 ounce without the rounds. So with rounds, I'm going to assume maybe about 27, close to 27. So now, obviously, the nice feature. What the nice features is the length of the barrel, and has an exposed hammer. This is both single action and double action, and it comes with the rubber grip. So the back of the grip is exposed, the middle of it is exposed, and in the box, in its original box, actually there is a spare grip, which is actually a little smaller than that. So I like this, the original, the one that came originally is better to me. So when I grab it, so I think it looks better this way. When I do grab it, as you see, my pinky is right on the edge. It's not hanging off, it's right on the edge. My hands are not necessarily huge, not very small, so kind of medium. So it is just fine as far as in having the ergonomics of the grip. So basically, when I grab the gun like this, let's say I'm drawing it from my waist, I do have a good purchase when I grab it. One other thing I want to mention is it might be hard to see on the video. I think I dropped one of these rounds. Hold on a sec. So I'm just taking those rounds out. Yep, all 6 are out. So when I lock it, there is one typical lock at the back of the cylinder, and also right here. It might be hard to show it on the video. I'm hoping that maybe you can see that right on the tip of my finger here, there's a little kind of notch there. That's also another point of lock. So when you do lock it, it is very securely locked position. So yeah, I mean, it's as far as the trigger weight, the trigger pull in a double action mode is about 12 pounds. So this is about 12 pounds. In a single action mode, I heard people saying about 6 pounds. In my opinion, it's a lot less than that. I would give it anywhere between 3 and 4 pounds a pull, a trigger weight. So as far as in a double action, yes, it's a little bit of on the heavy side, the 12 pound. And has the front sides. Those are not front sides here. Those are the brand is Mergolo front sides. And the way it's designed, in my opinion, could be a little bit taller. You know, the size could be a little bit standing taller, but not too bad. Especially the way they built this. I mean, it's basically built in. You cannot change it. You cannot replace it with another one. It's basically milled in on the barrel. But the fact that it's here is it kind of easy to see red, so that's obviously making it easier for target acquisition. Obviously, it makes quite a bit of difference. And again, it's a Mergolo, so you know, at a kind of a low light environment, you know, it's helping. It will be helping quite a bit. So I haven't shot it yet with that. I bought it, like I said yesterday. I plan to shoot it tomorrow. I'll be going to range tomorrow just to shoot this, and I will do lots of either double action, single action, rapid fire, and different kinds of shootings. And I will do this tomorrow. I also want to compare this with my Smith & Wesson snub nose. I shot not a whole lot, but some with this, with the snub nose. When you look at the size of it, as you notice that it has a shrouded hammer. It doesn't have an exposed hammer. This is 5-shooter. It's not a 6-shooter. It is also 38 special, and this is 38 special plus P capacity. The other one, Taurus, it's also 38 special, but it's not plus P. It's not designated for it. I looked carefully in the barrel. I did not see it. Again, there are other Defender models. Taurus 856, for instance, ultralight has 38 special plus P, but this model is not plus P. So I'll be paying particular attention to it, making sure that the rounds I'm using are not designated plus P loads. One thing that I want to mention is my experience with this little gun, with the snub nose, was when I was shooting with that, it was giving my wrist quite a bit of a workout. In this little size, in this weight class, which is very lightweight, and having just a 2-inch barrel, and you can see that the difference. Just let me show that this way. There you go. 2-inch versus 3-inch. It's making quite a bit of difference as far as the recoil handling. It's a lot harder to handle that recoil with that. And after so many shootings, my wrist was really having a workout. I was feeling the strain and kind of a pressure on my wrist each time I was shooting. So this is designed, obviously it's a perfect size for concealed carry purposes, but when it comes to shooting with that in the range, it's not that much of a fun. That is with the snub nose. With that one I'm going to see tomorrow. I'm expecting to have more fun with that, the size wise. And as you see, it's not like snub nose, but it's not like those real big, like 8+ inch, 10+ inch barrels. I think the whole length of the gun from here to here, like this, is 7.5 inch. The barrel is 3 inch. So that is typical, Taurus arms made in Brazil. 856 again. I saw a lot of good videos about that. A lot of good reviews I saw, and I watched. As far as accuracy, again, I'm going to test it myself, but I will see it tomorrow. to see the how it's gonna be, working for me. Obviously, everybody is different. Everybody's style is different. Everybody's ergonomics and body mechanics and everything is different. So that makes a difference. But those are certain things that are kind of universal, such as the difference that I was explaining between these two revolvers. This is also, I mean, being bigger than that, but still it has a good size as far as a conceal and carry. This is still not too bad of an option for concealed carry. You got to find the right holster for it. Holster options are not as widely available as so many other brands or models, such as for Sig Sauers or Glocks or Smith & Wessons. They have a lot more options for holsters, whereas Taurus, Taurus Revolver doesn't have as much, but I mean, you can still find a good holster for it. Everybody has. I mean, I've been trying various different kinds of carry options. I try so many different things, different options, and still I'm looking. I cannot say that I found my best way of carrying. Depending on the gun, depending on how you dress up, the time of the year, and all those things, the carry options, obviously carry needs, are also changing with those factors. What they say is typically if you are a permit holder like myself, it's best to actually carry almost all the time, if not 100% of the time, somewhere between 80% to 90% of the time. Get in the habit of carrying it, and with different kinds of the dressing styles, and also different seasons, winter, spring, summer, because the obviously people, you gotta dress differently given the climate changes. So you gotta kind of acquire a certain way of carrying a gun that becomes kind of like a second nature for you to carry it, and also kind of get accustomed to and practice shooting with that kind of carry option. Let's say if you decided to have it for carrying a kind of a holster on your hip, or maybe pancreas carrying, or on your back, maybe here, kind of like a shoulder holster, or in your vest, whatever the option that you decided. I tried all of them, and I still, I think I kind of tend to go carry on the hip, again, depending on the way I dress. This one, I even carry it, in my pocket. It doesn't even bulge. Because of the size, it's super convenient to carry this. And again, these are good personal defense guns. Again, this is not the gun that you go to, the range and do hundreds or thousands of shootings, like kind of a target practice. This is not for target practice gun. This is a personal defense gun, and you just shoot, fair amount of rounds to kind of get accustomed to it, get used to it. It certainly takes getting used to it. Each new gun, certainly. So you got to do that. But on the other hand, it's not for like a shooting fun. And just a matter of keeping this like in your like a night table, or in your truck or car, or if you're carrying on your person. Make sure that you're carrying the defensive rounds instead of target rounds, and then it's a good defensive gun. One of the attractive options to me, as far as revolver versus a pistol, as you all know, YouTube is full of those videos talking about the advantages of having a pistol versus revolver, pros and cons of both options. I'm not going to go through those. Everybody has their own preferences, and in my opinion, one of the obviously advantages of having a revolver is let's say you have you're making sure again that this is empty. It's empty. So let's say you're in a situation, you're shooting. Let's say target shooting, and then let's say the one after this one round, the next round is bad one. So because of the fact that it's a bad round, it didn't get discharged. The gun didn't get discharged. So if it was a pistol, what do? You got to stop. You got to take the bad round, which is causing a malfunction, Unless you do that, there is no way you can continue, right? Because it's not going to feed. In case of a revolver, though, if you hit that, the bet round, okay, no problem. Keep pulling the trigger. Next, so there's practicality available, common with the pistol. And the design of the pistol in general, overall design and complexity, particularly complexity of the design, is not as complicated as a pistol. So having less complication, or having a more kind of a more plain gun or more straightforward kind of mechanism, actually it's an advantage, right, in a way, because there are less parts and less likelihood, the possibility of something might go wrong with that. You know that with a revolver, anytime you grab it, you shoot, and it shoots. You pull the trigger, it's gonna shoot. There is no other way around. So basically, as far as that kind of reliability, I would say revolvers are practically 100% of the time they do not fail. On the other hand, how many times, in the range when I was, shooting, doing the target shooting, practice shooting with a pistol, with most of my pistols, I had some sort of a, bad feed. Either it was kind of having a problem on the ramp, the feeding ramp, or it was a bad run, so it was getting stuck, or the magazine was having a problem to push it up, or something like that, and I had to, put things down and get my little tool out of my backpack and try to get the bed round out of it and continue. And it happened way more than a couple times or 3 times, various different pistols. With a revolver, there is no such thing, that kind of a nuisance, it's not going to happen. That's obviously one of the advantages. The most obvious disadvantage of revolvers is obviously the capacity of the rounds, number of rounds it can take. I mean, again, this is 6 rounds, this is 5. So, yeah, they do have those speed loaders for revolvers, but they're all cylinders, right? So they're all bulky, and it's not easy and fun to carry them. How do you carry them? You put it in a pocket, it's a bulging thing, because it's round thing. Some of them can be carried on the belt. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's a little bit, I'm not used to that idea, maybe. But yes, the limitation is here with typical with all the revolvers is number of rounds. On the other hand, the reliability option. Okay, this is just those are the pros and cons of this situation. To me personally, also, revolvers have a kind of unique type of appeal when it comes to handguns. I do have lots of pistols. I shot a lot with pistols, but still, the revolvers have certain kind of appeal to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's psychological. Maybe it's because I watched too many when I was growing up. A lot of Western movies, and cowboys were shooting, obviously, in those movies, revolvers, because there was no pistols then. So maybe that, I don't know, but it has a certain appeal to me. So this is my thought. This is my take on pistols. And again, Taurus did a great job with 856, and the price range is the MSRP. I think is about $470. I bought this at $379 price point. I bought this at the Modern Sportsman. And I do most of my shopping there and shooting there. I'm really happy with their services. So I bought it there. I'm happy with the price. This is definitely not outrageous price. This is definitely not higher than if you look at all the average price, the price range, for this particular gun, I would say it's less than the average even. Typical Taurus pricing strategy. They basically, that's one of their, in my opinion, attractive points is making their products within a good price. Excuse me, within a good price range available. So basically, you're buying, in my opinion, a lot of gun for the money you're paying. A lot of gun for the money you're paying. I have 3 different Taurus guns. This is obviously one of them. One other one is a Taurus G2C pistol, and I use it for the most part. I use it with my Mantis practice, which is the dry firing practice at home. So because that was perfect design to install that little sensor on it, so I can use it for dry firing practice and measure, see my results on my smartphone. That application that comes with it, I downloaded. That's another one. And also I have a Taurus, tiny little Taurus Spectrum, the smallest gun I have. I mean, it's even smaller than this one. It is tiny little gun. I would say, let's see. This is, when I compare the size with my hand, as you see, it's like my hand size. And the other one, the one I didn't mention, Taurus Spectrum, is even smaller than that. So I would say, again, I will decide tomorrow after shooting enough number of rounds with it. But I believe, based on what I observed on those YouTube videos from various different people shooting this, I'll be probably very happy with its performance. So yeah, this is let me. I'm gonna go back and load it again. 38 spatials. The one other option I was looking for when I was buying that, when I was trying to decide on that, was since I have my other gun, this is already 38 spatial plus P, and I kind of first hesitated. I was thinking if I could, if I get 357 Magnum 357 rounds. With the 350, if you have a 357, you can also shoot 38 specials, but not the other way around. And then I thought, look at the price, $379, and I thought this was a good price point for a good gun. So I decided to go ahead and buy this. Yeah, that is my little introduction on my new revolver. So thank you. I appreciate you spend some time and watch my video. I'm planning to make another video tomorrow in the range, and I probably will shoot both of these guns, and we'll do again several different, like double action only shooting, single action only shooting, rapid firing, and also a little bit of kind of different distances. So to see the kind of feel, to have the feel for it, and I might, if I do it, and I believe most likely I will, then I'm going to go ahead and put that video also on my channel. All right, thank you very much for watching my video. Bye.